Hey comic book fans, and welcome back to the Comic Fix. Now this is part 2 in this week of reviews, and I am going to have a warning. Batman and Two-Face issue number 28 is spoiler heavy, so once you see the spoiler sign go away, that means it's safe to come back. So if you have not read the book and you don't want it to be spoiled, just wait until the sign goes away, and then, yeah, you can come back and watch. So, Batman and Two-Face issue number 28 was one of the most surprising books that I've read in a long time. Not because of how great the book was just because of what was thrown in front of me. And what was thrown in front of me was the situation of Two-Face and Batman. They're under siege, and Batman is basically talking up Harvey Dent, telling him, "You could have been the best of us." And it's all of a dialogue that we have heard before. But then, Two-Face turns it around on Batman and calls him by Bruce Wayne. And at this point, you're just like, holy shit! Two-Face knows who Batman actually is. And to see Two-Face say to him, "I could have killed you a long time ago, but the Harvey Dent side of me is stopping me from doing that." And so just seeing this little switcheroo happen was awesome to see. And to see that how Peter Tomasi is playing on that was just outstanding. It brought a new dynamic to Two-Face as a whole. And then to see how Peter Tomasi deals with that situation is just absolutely beautiful. And this is the point where the book got different. I mean, like, I couldn't consider if it was good or bad. But there's a point in there where Batman tells Two-Face that there's a third side to the coin. And this just blows Two-Face's mind. I mean, Two-Face has been a person that has dwelled on being the person that has a code. No matter how diluted that code is, he lives and dies by the flip of the coin. And to get told that he has a third choice just blows his mind completely. And to see the way he reacts to it, it was just something I was not expecting. You see Two-Face with a gun to his head. He just doesn't know how to deal with having that third choice. And then the most shocking element comes into this book where he pulls a trigger, and that's that. Now you never get to see him actually pull the trigger, but something definitely happened. And I do know that this is comics, and something like this can't stick, because God knows that they got a lot of money in Two-Face. And so Peter Tomasi does a story where he gave a great new character development to Two-Face, and then he has Two-Face kill himself. And at this shocking moment, I was kind of thinking to myself, is this good? Is this bad? Because when I saw this, I was like, oh shit, that was intense. Like when he has a gun to his head. And I would have loved if they cut out the page after that where it shows the blood splattering and going onto the picture of his wife's face as you see the blood trickling down. I would have loved for them just to stop right when he had the gun to his head and they said, what if? What happened? We don't know. It's a lot better to give us guessing than to have something like this to show us. I mean, let our imagination run wild and see what happened. And then you can say, yes, he brought Two-Face back in, or you say, no, we don't know. And so, it's just confusing. I mean, especially in comics. Comics today, we're so diluted with death. And we know that it's never permanent. And to see Two-Face do this to himself, it was kind of like, yeah, this cannot stick. But did that destroy this issue? And I'm kind of going to say, yeah, it kind of did. I mean, I would have just loved it for just the editor been like, okay, we're going to stop it right when he had the gun to his head and made us, the fans, think what really happened. Because Peter Tomasi gave some interesting depth to Two-Face when he told him there's a third their side to the coin. And you definitely see in the great artistry that he did see something different inside of himself. There is a third choice. And to see how different that made Two-Face. And to have Two-Face reveal to Batman that he knows who he is. And it just, I don't know, it just made me think, is this story arc of Two-Face as great as it could have been if there wasn't that scene where Two-Face kills himself? And I just came out of that book. I was like, hell yes, this is a freaking awesome issue. And then to come in with that ending that we just saw, it brought down this book from a 5 out of 5 to a 3 out of 5. And only time will tell to see how this ending affects Batman as a whole. And will Batman ever figure out what actually happened to Two-Face? I don't know, and I hope that Two-Face did not actually kill himself, because knowing comics, most likely did not, because we never saw him do it. So, in the end, Batman and Two-Face, issue number 28, gets a 3 out of 5. The next book I'm going to be reviewing is Batwoman, issue number 28. Last time we left off Batwoman, she just got in a huge-ass fight with Wolf Spider and got her ass handed to her. She goes to her girlfriend's house to just soak her wounds and get herself ready for the next fight. When in pops in her girlfriend's daughter. And at this point, we left off with just the shock on Batwoman's face as she's confronting her girlfriend's daughter. And you just knew going into this issue, we were coming into something very intriguing. And I was not disappointed at all. This issue right here showed me how mature this book actually is. At a point where most comics would have just had the girlfriend character going, you go out, you never come back because you just horrified my daughter. No, that's not how this book goes. You see Batwoman going in to go and confront her girlfriend about this situation. And before she gets in to talk to her girlfriend, she gets confronted by the girlfriend's daughter. And I love this point where you see this little girl and she sees this person that she just got horrified from. And she says to her, just like, "How are you okay? And since you said you're my friend's mother, does that mean that you are my mom's girlfriend?" And I just love the maturity of this book. It was not paint. It didn't have a little girl who was just so naive to what's going on. And just to see the way that Kate deals with this is just absolutely beautiful. And to see the way that she almost like she doesn't really need to comfort the daughter, but she just has this maturity about her that just is beyond anything that I was actually expecting. And then to see the actual confrontation between Kate and her girlfriend was very mature. To see that the girlfriend's like, I know who you were before I got into this relationship with you. And I want to help you. It was so mature beyond anything that I was actually expecting. Where this book has been faulting, I feel that this issue has brought new light to the character of Batwoman. And I love how this issue is more of a focus on Kate than the character of Batwoman. And it was just a breath of fresh air that I was not expecting whatsoever. Because if you remember from my comic haul, I was just like, okay, it's another Batwoman issue, and I know I'm going to be disappointed, but hopefully it shows me that something good can happen. And this issue did that. And the artwork was adequate for what the story was doing. It didn't need any splashy splash pages like we did in last issue. It was just a damn good, mature book. And to see this come out at DC Comics and to see it come out any of the big two, it's absolutely amazing. This book is mature beyond its years. And if you're looking for something different, something mature, look no further than Batwoman issue number 28. Because you don't need to know anything that's going on in the Batwoman title to just enjoy this book. And I don't know if the next issue can live up to the hype, because this issue right here was just an in-depth look on who Kate is and what her relationship is with her girlfriend. And to see the way it played out was absolutely beautiful. Now there was some points in there with the wolf spider, but it was just so not the focus point of this issue that it just became something like, okay, the writer's like, okay, I just did a little part, like one page to so I just did one little page just so I can show and ease my readers to say, oh, I didn't just leave out any of the story of the criminal that's in this issue. So this issue right here was a breath of fresh air for the Batwoman title. And I cannot wait for next issue, and hopefully the next issue has a maturity just like we're getting shown here. So in the end, Batwoman issue number 28 gets a 4 out of 5. The final book that I'm going to be reviewing for this video is Birds of Prey issue number 28. Now this is a Gotopia tie-in, and if you all should know, Gotopia has been one of the down points in anything that's been Batman related. And to see the Birds of Prey be thrown into this tie-in is just so unnecessary. But to see the way that the writer deals with it at the end and the resolution of it all, I was kind of like, wow, you kind of pulled something out of your ass and made something intriguing, but also just a down point. Because anything that the Gotopia tie-in is just downright boring. So I'm not going to get into the Gotopia stuff. I'm just going to get into the stuff that I just felt was interesting about this book. Now this issue was a Black Canary-centric story. And to see her dealing with the fact that her husband has been put into this critical state. Mother Eve has no way of healing or just saving her husband. And to see Ra's al Ghul come into this issue and be like, if you just back away from when I attack and let me do my job, I will give you and your husband a second chance. I will allow your husband to use the Lazarus Pit to heal himself, and all you have to do is just let me do my job and go and kill this lady. And to see the way that Black Canary is dealing with this, you're just like, holy shit, this writer has really pulled something out of his ass where Gotopia is just so terrible, and to see his actual storylines going through, you were just like, I'm intrigued. I want to see what's going to happen next. And to see the way that Batgirl and Black Canary are dealing with each other, it was just intriguing. Now, I could never say to somebody who does not read this series, hey, you need to check out this issue because this issue will get you into the series. Or I cannot tell anybody, hey, you guys got to check out Birds of Prey because it's just outstanding. No, this book is on the cusp of just being a book that if you are a Birds of Prey fan, you will enjoy. It's not that terrible, but it's not that good either. This series has just been, hey, if you're a Batman fan and you like these characters, here you go. So I do hope that maybe someday we'll get a writer on here that would just bring this book up to the Gail Simone level. But not everybody can be a Gail Simone. So in the end, I'm going to give Birds of Prey issue number 28 a 2 out of 5. And that is it for this video. If you are the first time here, I just want to let you guys know, Monday will be Marvel Monday, Tuesday will be Creator on Tuesday, and Wednesday will be my haul, and Thursday and Friday and Saturday will be reviews. So if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, just click the subscribe button, click the like button, and I'll see you guys next time.